run out of the yard.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 52 of the effing title. And this week, we are doing the Super Bowl preview show, and I have with me, as always, the hostesses with the mostesses, the cream of the crop, the top of the jello, the bottom of the muffin, Fedge and Scratchy Golf.
I'm just not sure how I like that top of the jello. That's usually, unless you're talking about the whipped cream, which technically isn't part of the jello, the top of the jello is probably one of the worst things there is in the jello. It's all crunchy and
I noticed once I said top of the jello in my head.
Then you were going to say the muffin tops, and then we were all going to be in trouble.
Exactly. So. I was going to say the top of the muffin, and I was like, no, I just said the top of something, so I had to switch it to the bottom of the muffin, which is also the part that people don't like. So, I mean, yeah, I bet.
I don't know, man.
I did say the cream of the crop, though.
Either way, we're here, whether you guys like it or not, okay? We're still here.
Whether or not you people like it or not, they're still here. I can't get rid of them.
I'm still here. You're still here. We're all here.
Last one of the season. Can't hold anything back now.
Yeah. That is true. As you can see, this is this, as Rob just said, this is the last football podcast of the season. The last the effing title presents. Next week we go back just straight to the effing title. So we're just going to be talking about Super Bowl, everything about the Super Bowl, from what color socks people are going to be wearing to whether or not someone's going to be wearing a thong. You guys will find it out all here first, live.
I hope not, because I don't know any of that information.
Neither do I. I would just go with it.
Interesting.
Now, so we're going to break it down position by position. We're going to talk about overall, just kind of offense versus defense, coaching, and then we're going to give our who we think is going to win. Nothing's on the line because Rob has already won everything. So, and he's yet to tell me what he wants for a shirt design. So, or a hoodie. Up to you.
Ooh, rawr.
I'll take a pair of hoodies.
A pair of socks.
One that says "I'm just better."
I'm just better. I can do that. I can make a damn good fucking design like that.
Then on the back, I want it to say "than you."
I'm just better, and then on the back, "than you." That's fucking great. I actually really like that. Right, so let's start this thing down. Let's start it at the top of the mountain. Coaching. So we got Andy Reid.
Whoa! First off,
oh god, here we go.
First off, we never talked about the Pro Bowl. How exciting that was last week.
Yeah, it was so exciting.
Anyone else think that was exciting? No? Okay, good. We're on to the next one. Second off, you didn't bring up my only topic that I have any good input on.
COVID?
COVID in the
NFL.
Hold on.
I have something on the Pro Bowl.
Whether no one cares.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching throwbacks to like the early mid 2000s where Carson Palmer fell on his face in the QB.
Oh yeah,
they did. That was funny. I enjoyed those. Anyway, next. Sorry.
Can we also agree with that though? The bench press challenge, the quarterback throwing challenge, like the old one, and those were the things that kind of made the Pro Bowl fun, and all this new shit that they do is just stupid. Can we all agree with that? As well.
There's some cool drills they used to do back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this one where they did the with Jim Kelly. Who was the other one? Jim Kelly and someone. But it was awesome. They had a Legends.
Was it Achilles Smith?
No. I think it was it Boomer? I think it was Boomer actually. Where they came in and did the not the retro, but the old school players. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool though. It was cool that they brought that back. Yeah. It was as part of the QB competition, they were doing those guys.
Yeah, now it's just this quarterback accuracy test, and then accuracy throwing, and then there's the random quarterback throwing to a random receiver doing different things, and then the overall skilled gauntlet bullshit. Yeah, no, I want to see the big uglies getting out there and benching. That's what I want to see.
I just want to see someone do a 100-yard dash or something. We can do that race.
I wouldn't mind if they actually did true one-on-ones or something. That'd be cool.
Right? I mean, just something like that, though.
I'd love to see Tyreek Hill versus Scotty Miller race in a 40-yard dash.
Exactly. Like do shit like that. Have like a 40-yard
Or like a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes throw off. Like that would be awesome, dude. Like, you know,
Oh,
just
we
things
saw
like
that
that.
last week. Sorry.
No, first off, that
I'm
was 2
kidding.
weeks
I
ago.
kid.
And second off, I'm just looking to see a distance throw. I don't care about the
No, I
rest
mean,
of
like,
the team being so much better than the Bills.
That's honestly what it should be, though. Is it shouldn't be any of this other shit. It should just be like that sort of shit. But no, instead we got Madden. Yay.
But anyway, so
Anyways.
2 COVIDs this week, and I don't know if you guys heard all into this, but Demarcus Robinson, receiver, and Kilgore, backup center for the Chiefs.
Yep. Did you hear
both
about?
were close contacts from the barber,
Yep.
which is awesome. No one's getting haircuts. Everyone's being Shaggy in this one now.
Did you see the
And
picture?
You know
that...
what he said?
Hmm.
You know what Shaggy said? He said it wasn't him. So.
Did you see the picture that Kilgore's put up everywhere?
Yes.
It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, half of his head shaved.
They did post later that Kilgore did say, he said, "Fuck it, I'm already exposed. Finish the cut." So he did end up shaving his head. They took pictures halfway done, and then he did end up shaving his head.
That's fucking great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. I forgot about that. My mistake.
Oh yeah, that's it. Now we can go in and talk about whatever you want to talk about.
All right. Well, like I was just about to say, let's just start from the top down. So let's go ahead, coach.
Head coach.
Arians.
Doesn't even matter.
Reed.
100% Andy Reid, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
I think, not only, I think overall knowledge, more creativity, and I'm going to go that he's been there.
Yeah, this isn't something like, once every however many years or that sort of thing. No, this is, Reed is used to this shit.
Yeah.
It is Andy Reid, like it's not even close. However, with me saying that does not mean I have a lot of faith in Andy Reid as a coach in these Super Bowl situations. I think there was even something last year, but last year I can't remember. But every Super Bowl he's been to besides that, there has always been some sort of instance where he did something very questionable or his team did something very questionable with time management or situational football. So,
yeah, last year.
But he's definitely better than Bruce Arians.
10 points.
What?
I said last year was the fact that he decided to get down 10 points with I don't know how much time was left in the game.
Oh yeah.
In the fourth quarter, he decided to get down 10 or stay down 10 points, and then finally have his team kicking on. But yeah, that's all jokes aside. But yeah.
But no, he's still way better than Arians. I think Arians is a good offensive coordinator, not a good head coach.
Agreed.
Fair.
I can agree with that.
All right, so then I guess the next natural position, right, would then be QB. So we're going Brady, we're going Mahomes. The youth versus the vet.
So, it sucks because if we're going physical tools is 100% Mahomes, obviously, in an absolute landslide.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even say like anymore that Brady's not gonna do something silly. Like you normally could count on him not doing something dumb, but going to the NFC title game, he faced pressure and he just threw it up. So he might do that because the Chiefs are gonna dial it up, and Spagano is the one DC that has consistently always given Brady fits, all the way back to when he did it in 2008 with the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. So he's always given him fits.
So I was wondering about that. Do you think that Brady kind of took a little bit more risk this year throwing the rock around because of who he was able to throw the rock around to?
I think a lot of it has to do with Arians.
You think it's that too?
Oh, Arians his system is built on throwing the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know Brady's kind of morphed it with Byron Leftwich toward the end of the year to where they have like quicker throws and shit like that. But I mean, you see all the deep throws. All of his interceptions are on deep throws. Did he throw any picks just last week, 2 weeks ago, that were short? Maybe even the tipped pass was 15, 20 yards downfield. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of it has to do with the scheme as well as it's a jump ball. But
Because that was actually something I was wondering about recently when I was thinking about it. Because when's the last time that he's had Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Godwin, Scotty Miller, Gronk, Bratt, like
2008.
that sort of, like he hasn't had that for a long time. So he's been playing a lot more almost conservative as a quarterback,
Well, you know what? I haven't seen him, again, I haven't seen much lately, but I haven't seen him do his patented, I'm not taking a hit, I'm falling down.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I've seen him throw it up to those receivers. Just be like, let's see. And just bomb it deep. I don't know if you guys seen it. I haven't watched that many of his games unless he's on the national spotlight.
Do you guys think it has anything to do with how well his defense was playing this year too?
Yeah, I
that
think
too.
it does. The fact that he has faith that they'll get forced a
They'll
turnover.
get the ball back or
Yeah.
turnover or anything like that. I mean, they're one of the better defenses obviously in the league, so it's
definitely much easier to take risks. But so I mean, I think from a physical standpoint, it's Mahomes in a landslide. I think mentally within the scheme, it's probably still Brady. But I mean, Mahomes he can make every throw and do anything he wants with his feet. So he changes the game. So you got to give him the nod.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is that it's tough as well saying, like, we really haven't seen Mahomes without Hill or Kelsey. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen what happens when he doesn't have his main two weapons.
Oh, not in the playoffs or anything.
not just in general.
I mean,
don't
yeah,
think
I
he's
mean,
ever really played a game without.
He's had either
having
one or
those
the
guys.
other. You know what I mean?
Oh, true. Yeah.
Because I mean, like, let's see here. So I mean,
Well,
like,
there was that one stretch where Hill was out. I don't know if that was this year or
that was last year, I think, if I remember
was it
correctly.
last year.
Yeah, I think it was last year. Yep.
But still, I mean, like, still even then, I mean, like, then it goes to McCole Hardman, Pringle, Robinson, and Sammy Watkins.
Oh, big drop off. Big drop off.
And tight end's even worse. Tight end goes to Kaiser and Seals Jones.
Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky.
You don't like Ricky?
Good old Ricky.
No,
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's the man. I think Ricky's been on both me and Jeff 65 and under Madden leagues multiple
100%,
fucking times.
He's the man, dude.
Yeah, no, I
Get
agree.
it?
I agree. I think that kind of the schematically, I think Brady's kind of has it a little bit, but just pure athletic wise, though, you got to go with Mahomes.
I agree. This is really going to come down to decision making. Obviously, Brady threw quite a few more interceptions than Mahomes did this year, including 2, 3 in the last game. And then, not to mention, he already threw, I believe it was 2 in the first game they played against each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how he comes out this game, if he's going to play it a little bit better. But I mean, I think as we've all said, it's got to be Mahomes as far as the straight up head to head. So.
All right, so now let's go to instead of starting running back, because let's be honest here, there's no such thing as a starting running back anymore. Let's just go to running back room. So we got Le'Veon Bell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Darwin Thompson, and Darrell Williams versus Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, LaShawn McCoy, and Keyshawn Vaughn.
I personally think you're going to have to go with the veteran backfield here in the Buccaneers.
This is kind of it's kind of interesting looking at this, bro, because
it is for sure. But I don't know.
It's like
Clyde Edwards was his first game, 2 weeks ago, and he was out for 6 weeks, and he didn't look particularly good. And honestly, Leonard Fournette probably had one of his best runs all year. Last game with his spin move and run,
and I mean, even with the Clyde Edwards, I mean, like Clyde Edwards, didn't look that great. But then, was it Darrell Williams?
Darrell Williams, yeah.
Because I thought he was, because right here it says he's a 3-year pro. I thought they were saying that he was an undrafted rookie this year.
Oh.
The other running back that they had running the ball.
Oh no, Williams, no, he was there last year. Yeah, so he was on the Super Bowl team last year at least. I mean, it's possible it's his third year, but
it says it's his third year. So I mean, so they were saying about that, about how it's an undrafted guy doing better than the fucking first round pick sort of thing.
I mean, he looked good last year. I mean, either way.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like I think that the Bucks backfield is the better backfield. I think that the Chiefs is more talented, but the Chiefs don't utilize it. Like they don't have to.
Well, yeah, it's not that they don't. I'm gonna say more that they don't have to.
Yeah, because I mean you got Fournette, Jones, and McCoy. All three can either start or get playing time on most other teams. And then Vaughn, I think, even came on at the end of the year, didn't he? Like Vaughn started doing some stuff.
Yeah, a little bit when Jones and Fournette were both injured. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna agree with you here. I'm gonna go Bucks as well with this. I think the Bucks backfield is the better backfield of the two.
If we're talking running the ball, yeah, I agree completely. Definitely. They're definitely the better backfield running the ball. We're talking catching the ball out of the backfield and doing all the crazy things that these offenses are probably going to want to do. Absolutely not. You guys are crazy. Le'Veon Bell's gotten better at catching the ball, but he is not a good pass catcher by any stretch of the imagination. Very good with the ball, though. Just my opinion.
Interesting.
Okay. Tight ends. Let's take a look at this.
See, now this one to me.
This is the shit show one. This is an easy.
Really? See,
I'm saying shit show because
this one's easy.
Yeah, no, it is. So you got for the Chiefs you have Nick Kaiser, Travis Kelce, Ricky Seals-Jones. For the Bucks you have Anthony Ackler, Cameron Bratt, Rob Gronkowski, Tanner Hudson.
Cameron Brate.
Brate? I thought it was Brand.
Yeah. Brate.
Yeah, it's Brate.
Okay, my bad.
B-R-A-T.
Sorry, Cameron. Cameron Brate. No, this is easy. It's the Bucks.
If we're going overall as an entire group, it is the Bucks hands down.
Yes.
If we are going most explosive, biggest chance to make an impact, it is by far the Chiefs.
I will take back everything I said a couple weeks ago when we were talking about just playmakers and Jeff saying that Travis Kelce was the best playmaker in the league, and I will agree with him on that and say that Travis Kelce is the best playmaker in the league. So yes, I'll agree with that too.
100%
the best tight end out of this entire thing is Kelce. The best tight end grouping though, Buccaneers.
Can you reiterate why is he the best playmaker?
Why is he?
Are you saying best tight end playmaker or best playmaker?
Jeff was saying best playmaker, period. It was when we were doing the
Yeah. Can you tell me why?
Did you not listen last time?
I don't remember your reasons.
Yep.
I mean, you could go from anything, from catching the ball, from getting open, from being just in the right place at the right time, working with his quarterback. I mean, he's always open for a first down. I don't care what the situation is, he's always there. And I mean, he can do it all. I mean, he's lined up as in the fullback position. He's lined up as tight end. He's lined up out wide as wide receiver. He's lined up as quarterback. He's thrown the ball. He's worked underneath. I mean, it just. Who do you say that can do all that? A playmaker is someone that can do every position all around the board. I don't know anyone in the NFL that can do it better than him.
Oh, Tyreek Hill.
Cannot. Have you seen him throw the ball? Have you seen him line up and just run forward into it? Have you seen him taking a wildcat? No, he's the one that's getting the ball because you got to get him to the edge.
Okay.
So this would be my thing as well. His catch percentage is 71%.
I guess the reason I don't call him a playmaker is because most of his stuff, if he has a big explosive play, I think explosive, like explosive plays. If he makes an explosive play, it's usually a 10-yard catch that there's no one around him and he runs it for 30 or 40 yards and makes a crazy move.
You don't think an explosive play is just getting a first down when you need one from a team? Who do you think they're going to and they need a big first down like that?
It's the same read they have on every play. Is Tyreek Hill open deep? No? Okay, throw it down to Kelce.
So just from
They're looking for Kelsey more
From-
than they're gonna be looking for Tyreek Hill though.
from 2014 to 2020. So I'm going from all the way back 2014 forward. This is his first down catches. 46, 40, 55, 53, 75, 65, 79.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait. Say the numbers again.
So 46, 40, 55, 53, 75, 65, 79.
What year did Tyreek Hill join the picture? I bet it's the year that those numbers went way up.
Let's take a look here.
How long ago was Kelsey in?
So that would have been 2016. So 2016 would have been when he was at 55.
And then what was the next number?
53.
He went 55, then he went down.
Yep. He went 55, then he went 53, then he went 75. He may have got hurt. There's an asterisk here, but I don't see anywhere on the screen. Oh, it just says selected for Pro Bowl on first team. Or selected for Pro Bowl. So that was a Pro Bowl year. But it looks like he also did only play. He played 15 games, so he didn't even play a whole game.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I forget where we were going with this.
No, it's just as far as playmaking, I don't think that Tyreek Hill can do it all though. I mean, that's he can run vertical, beat you vertical. He can run a great stop route, but is he gonna run it over the middle? Is he gonna go get a tough first down when you need it? Is he gonna go make a contested catch? No, he's not gonna do those things. I mean, he's more limited. I'm not gonna say he is limited because I saw firsthand you can't stay with him man to man. I mean, that's 100%. And I agree that does open up Kelsey more in the middle of the field because you have to respect his speed and his ability to cut out before anyone even thinks about him cutting out. But
That's fair. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong because you can't because he does everything. The only thing he really doesn't do well, I'd say, is block. He's a bad inline tight end blocking tight end. But they don't really ask him to do it, so.
honestly, they don't really run the ball. So.
Yeah. So now moving on to wide receivers. We got Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Brian Pringle, Marcus Robinson, and Sammy Watkins versus Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Tyler Johnson, Jaden Mickens, Scotty Miller, and Justin Watson.
I think this is going to go, personally, I think this goes back to what Rob was saying. Kind of as far as if you're going to pick a group, I think the Bucs win this handily. If you're going to pick an individual guy that can do it better than any other ones, you're going Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can argue with the Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Miller when he's forced in there. I mean, they have Johnson there, was Tyler Johnson. As well. I mean, they just have a plethora of receivers to throw in there. I mean, when you mentioned wide receivers for Kansas City, Rob goes, "Oh, it drops off quickly, doesn't it?"
Yeah.
You know, and like that's the. But can you say that for Tampa? I don't think.
I mean, and that's the thing is, right? So, like, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you put those guys on almost any other team in the NFL, it's either a 1 or 2 spot. Almost any other team in the NFL, it's a 1 or 2 spot, right? You can't say that about 3 receivers on the Chiefs.
There's an easier way to do this. Almost the same receiving core with actually they got better because they added Antonio Brown, had over 5,000 yards of receiving and 30 touchdowns with Jameis Winston. So
stud quarterback.
Yeah, not employed, but whatever.
He's employed. What? He's employed?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, yeah, okay. Technically now, he was employed during. Actually, technically, he's not a free agent yet, but you don't go free agent until the new year.
Technically, the season's not over. You're right.
That's funny though. I like it. He's gonna have a job though. I mean, you can't say he's not gonna have a job.
I think he's gonna be a starter.
Yeah, 100%.
He's gonna be
there's
somewhere.
So many people out there that need quarterbacks. He's definitely gonna be a starter.
All right, so now I'm trying to think how we do O-line. Just go O-line as a whole.
Yeah.
So now I got to try and wonder, is there a depth chart? Yes, there is a depth chart on each one of these. Let's go. All right, so you got Eric Fisher, Nick Allegretti, Austin Rettler, Andrew Wiley, and Mike Remmers from the Chiefs versus Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, Aaron Stinley, and Tristan Wirfs.
So again, a lot of this is also scheme based because of just what the teams ask their players to do,
Mm-hmm.
and for what the Chiefs ask their offensive line to do, they are so good at it. It's unreal. So it's hard to say the Chiefs O line isn't better. With
Wait,
that said,
didn't
Tampa Bay's
Fisher?
carrying- What?
Didn't Fisher hurt himself?
Fisher went out.
Yeah, so okay, so
Yes.
Fisher isn't there. So
Yeah, no, I'm getting to that. I
Yeah.
mean, it also doesn't help that their backup center's out, their starting tackles out, their starting guards out. Like, actually, I don't know. Did the guard return? Is he healthy again, Jeff? Do we know?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's a little bit better, but still, it's like, I mean, that doesn't help, obviously, but it is what it is. And again, for what they're asking them to do, they'll still be pretty good at it. Now that, I mean, this is the true test because they're going to finally play a team that just sits there and freaking is going to go, we're going to blitz you until we can't.
Mhm.
We're just going to keep putting pressure on. So, but I'm going to give it to the Chiefs right now.
I'm gonna go. Man, I want to go Bucks, but
I'm gonna count you for a second. I'm just gonna go with the guy that likes to get rid of, that wants to. Let's put it this way: that wants to get rid of the ball quicker, and that's Tom Brady. And I think he's going to, no matter what, he's going to help out his offensive line. So that's why I'm gonna personally go with them. I mean, he just doesn't take many sacks. Mahomes is trying to extend plays, and it just, I think that based off that alone is just why it could end up being better for them personally, but.
see, the reason why I want to go with the Bucks is because one, I think Ryan Jensen's still one of the best centers in the league. He's a great center, and I think Tristan Wirfs is one of the best young tackles in the league. And I loved him since when we did our draft podcasts. And I was saying about him, and I had him at the top of my boards there. I think it comes down to like what Rob was saying as well, where it's schematic on what they do. So I'm gonna give the Chiefs the hand, but I do like the Bucks line.
I'm actually going to change mine just because thinking of the scheme and just thinking the Bucks look so much like the Patriots of the last 3 years, except they have a vertical passing game and can actually complete play action passes that I think, and that's what the Chiefs really struggle against. In all honesty, they suck when teams can mash them. AKA the Raiders earlier in the year, I think the only team that's beat them, right?
Yeah.
When you
they
can
lost
mash
that
them,
actually at the end of the year too, but
yeah, but
their match.
when you can mash them and just sit there and play that style, then that's usually how you win, and I think they're going to be able to do that. So I'm gonna.
Okay.
If we're talking long term, I go with the Chiefs, but for right now, I'll go with Bucks.
All right, so now let's move to D line. This is one that I think is going to be.
This one's gonna be.
This
one's good.
Yeah, this is
This
okay.
is good.
So we got Frank Clark.
This is gonna hurt both offensive lines, honestly, just because of how good these D lines are.
Frank Clark, Tano Passanwa. I think that's how you say his name. Alex Okafor, Tim Ward, Chris Jones, Derek Nandi. Just looking mainly for the big names. Kalen Saunders, Mike Pennell, Trayshawn Wharton, Mike Dana. That's for the Chiefs. And then for the Bucks, you go Khalil Davis, William Golston, Jeremy Ledbetter, Stephen McLendon, Raheem Nunez Roches, Patrick O'Connor, Ndamukong Suh, and Vita Vea. almost similar aspect kind of wise lines, just different bodies.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one.
Okay.
And it's simply because of the fact that I'm sticking by what I said earlier in the year, that everyone says that Aaron Donald's the number one D tackle in the game.
Mhm.
And I think it's 1A, 1B with Chris Jones.
Okay.
I dislike him a lot after throwing a punch at John Feliciano, but that's another
Was
topic for
that
another night.
Jones or was that Clark?
No, it was Jones.
That was Jones. Okay.
Jones, 95. Yes. Threw a punch at John Feliciano last game and should have been ejected, but that's besides the point. He's still one of the best D tackles in the game. And I think just him alone, I mean, it opens up Frank Clark on the outside, and I think that's what, Aaron Donald does for his team. Nothing against Ndamukong Suh or Vita Vea in the middle anchoring them down. They have a great defensive line. But I just... I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs here. But like I said, I can go either way with this one. I could.
So my thing is, like, I love Khalil Davis. I love Sue. I love Vita Vea. Their D line to me seems more like almost like the big bodies. Like we're here to eat up blockers, so our linebackers can flow around and do shit. Where the Chiefs guys, I mean, like Frank Clark and Chris Jones, we've seen them just completely disrupt stuff. And that's why I'm going Chiefs, is because I think their D-line is more destructive, where I think the Bucs D-line is a little bit more just kind of, we're here just to kind of get in the fucking way. Good, I mean, good, don't get me wrong, but, this isn't Sue of, when he was in Detroit. This is Sue at the end of his fucking career.
Trying to win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady as everyone else is.
I think the Bucs D-line. I just think, again, I mean, most of my arguments are based off of scheme, what they asked to do.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, to me, like, there's a reason why they can't handle playing against the run. Teams that can run the ball run it right at these guys, and they run it right down their fucking throat. Even the bad teams can run the ball on this team. Now, can they convert the play-action passes against all the man-to-man? That's a different story. But even the bad teams can run the ball on them. And I think that says a lot about their D-line. Their pass rushers. Very good. Awesome. Thumbs up. The Bucs defensive line can actually do a little of both. So.
Okay. Now let's move to linebackers. Right here. All right, so for the Chiefs, we have Darius Harris, Anthony Hitchens, Ben Neiman, Darrell O'Daniel, Damian Wilson, and that's it. That's the linebacking core for the Chiefs.
That's exactly what we're going to be saying.
Okay, and then you go over. I mean, I'm just going to list off these three names. I'm not even going to read off the rest of the names because there's no fucking point. Levante David, Kevin Minter, Devin
Done.
White.
Don't need to hear anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm going to read them just. Shaquille Barrett, outside linebacker. Cam Gill, outside linebacker. Jason Pierre-Paul, outside linebacker. Anthony Nelson, outside linebacker. And
by the way, the fact that they call Jason Pierre-Paul an outside linebacker is
awesome.
It's
awesome.
And also I forgot Deion Buchanan, linebacker safety.
That's what I mean. If that's what we're talking, then I guess you have to add Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, they have him just as a pure safety. Which is kind of. I mean, even okay, let's just throw him in there as well, just for the hell of it. Still going Bucs all day.
Yep.
Bucs all day. 100%.
This linebacking core is fucking like nasty. Like
it's the best one in the league. Now, especially now that Devin White has grown up.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
I mean, like Levante David has to be loving life right now on this defense. He finally has stuff around him for the first time in his career on this defense. Like, it's not just him running around doing everything.
I think they said Devin White has 5 turnovers in his last 2 games.
Jesus Christ.
That sound right?
Sure.
Probably.
it's 5.
I mean,
It's either 5 or 4.
that's crazy. Either one is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I guess now we just go secondary as a whole.
You don't even have to read more than one name on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, Rashad Breeland, Rashard Fenton,
Done.
Antonio Hamilton, Bo Pete Keys, Jarvis Ward, Lajarius Sneed. That's the corners, and then you move down to safeties. Lajarius, sorry. Tyrone Mathea, Honey Badger, Daniel Sorensen, Joel Thornhill, Armani Watts. Now we go over to the Bucks, and we have Ross Cockrell, Antonio Davis, Jamal Dean, Sean Murphy Bunton, who I fucking love now, Ryan Smith, and then you go to the safeties on this team, and we go Andrew Adams, Mike Edwards, Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield Jr.
So Antoine Winfield Jr. is an absolute stud, first off.
Mhm.
Secondly, just the fact that Jamal Dean starts for them is why they lose this argument. He's terrible.
I just love the fact of Sean Murphy Bunton coming out and when they were talking about how they shut down Devontae Adams, and he said, "Oh, slanty boy, the slant boy, yeah, we good." I fucking love that. Though that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. He's gonna regret that next year.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, this year is right now though, Rob, and that was fucking awesome.
Don't get me wrong, though.
Oh, no, not Devontae Adams. Oh, wait, was it Devontae Adams or was it Michael Thomas? No, it was Michael Thomas.
It was
Michael Thomas. Sorry,
Right.
Devontae.
Yeah. I was saying it wouldn't be Devontae Adams because that'd just be stupid.
Yeah, no.
They also didn't
that's-
really shut down Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He had a bad game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. It's a lot more veteran experience here over a very young secondary.
Yeah. Real quick on the Devontae Adams thing, I just love how we call 9 for 70 and a touchdown just a bad game. Just throwing that out there. But
It was a bad game because he should have had 13 for like 150 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
mean, it's just crazy thinking about that, right? Like, dude's fucking a stud. Yeah, no, I'm going Chiefs. It's the experience of it. I mean, yeah. That's all I can get out of it is it's the experience of it. It's
honestly, it's the big playability though. I mean, they got burnt so bad last time they played, and it just, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can go with Tampa as far as their secondary guy. But didn't they give up like 200 yards in like the first quarter?
Oh yeah, it was something like it was some
bad.
stupid
Like,
number.
Were
Yeah,
they down 24-0 in this game, Sean?
Yeah,
I think it was 17.
I think
17?
that the secondary could be good in a year, like in a couple years, given some more, because I mean the longest guy on this team secondary wise is a 7-year pro. Unless we're including Buchanan. I mean, and even then Buchanan's 7-year too.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 3 guys in the first 2 years.
Yeah, I mean Jamal Dean 2nd year, Sean Murphy Bunton 2nd year. And then you go down to the
Winfield's
safeties.
a rookie.
Winfield's a rookie. Mike Edwards is a 2nd-year guy. Jordan Whitehead is a 3rd-year guy. It's like, yeah, no. So I'm going Chiefs on this one.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
Chiefs
I don't think there's any.
I hate to say it, but it's Chiefs in a landslide.
Yeah. And then moving on to the final of it, the specials.
Not even close.
We got Harrison Butker and Tommy Townsend versus Ryan Suckup and Bradley Pinion.
It's Chiefs all day.
Chiefs all day.
Minus their big screw up against the Bills on that punt return. I mean, they've been dominant all year. Like, it hasn't even been close to that special teams.
I will say this: I like Bradley Pinion as a punter. But yeah, no, Chiefs. Yeah, no, Chiefs specials is fucking a little bit nutty. to put it politely. So all right, there we go.
The fact that
That's,
fucker can hit over 50 yards pretty consistently is going to be a huge thing.
mhm.
You can get points from almost anywhere once you cross 50. So I mean,
There we go. There's the positional by positional. So now, with that being said, Chiefs, Buccaneers. Who are you picking?
We all know who Rob's gonna go.
Yep.
do you?
Yeah, you
Do
go
you,
Tom Brady. Come on.
You better fucking believe I'm going with
Yeah,
Tom
we
Brady.
know. We know it.
Yep.
I will not pick against that man. He could go out and lose by 40. If it's a Super Bowl, I am not picking against him because the odds are forever in his favor.
Unless he's playing against Eli
The
Manning.
Giants.
Then...
Unless he's playing against the Giants. And wait, is he playing against the Giants? No.
I did see
Horrible.
I did see a good meme earlier in the week where it had the Chiefs are signing backup quarterback, and there was like Fleeli panning to the roster, and then it was Manning with a wig on. Fedge, who you going?
I am going to go with the Young Buck and the Chiefs. As much as I don't like it because they are just one of the dirtiest teams I've ever seen in my life play. When you actually get to watch them, but I don't know, man. I don't know how to slow that offense down, and I don't know if Tampa House knows how to slow that offense down. And if it's going to be a shootout, Tom Brady is going to make more turnovers than more bad decisions. Let's put it that way. More bad decisions than Patrick Mahomes. It'll lead to turnovers, and I don't think they're going to be able to score as many points. So,
Guys, go watch the 2018 AFC title game. That is exactly what this game should look like if the Bucs want any chance to win. It looks like that, they're going to be fine because they have more offensive weapons.
yeah, now you're trying to compare Bill Belichick to Bruce Arians.
I agree. But I'm saying
That's a big
style-wise,
mistake right there.
just
That's a
run
big
the
mistake.
damn football down their throat. Defense, play aggressive, double team Tyreek Hill and double team Kelsey, and let everyone else beat you.
Oh, I
And-
agree. That's what you need to do, but it's just to do that is another thing altogether. You know.
I mean, has anyone can you name a team that's actually tried to do it? Double team both of them?
Just
I
take
haven't seen a
literally
team
a
actually do it.
team that literally just takes away Kelsey and Hill, and that's it. You say beat us with everyone else. We're taking these two out.
I haven't seen a team actually attempt to do it. Teams are usually like, "Oh, hey, we'll stop Hill," and then Kelsey just goes off.
That's true. You're right. We're not gonna.
Now, don't get me wrong. In order to do that, you got to play with like 4 guys in the box, and that means they should be able to run for 1,000 yards on you. But I don't know if the Chiefs are going to be disciplined enough to actually run the ball that many times in a game. You know, just a thought.
I agree. That's not a bad thought. Not a bad thought at all. Colin, who we got, dude?
I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that defense.
Yeah, that's called Cobra Kai right there.
I just there's enough there with Barrett, with JPP, Devin White, Minter, like Dave, like Buchanan, Winfield's coming on. It's you want to talk about an explosive defense versus an explosive offense. I mean, we're gonna fucking see it. The only difference is though is that their D line, I feel like, is gonna punch the shit out of the O line.
Chiefs by 40.
Chiefs by. So I'm gonna go Tampa in this one.
Are we doing the scores?
We can if we want. I'm gonna be fucking ballsy. I'm gonna say 21-20.
Whoa!
I'm going
It's way too
21-20.
low scoring.
I don't care. I'm going 21-20.
35-27.
I'm going 34-31 in overtime.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez. First off, there's no way Tom Brady's ever settling for a field goal in overtime. So
He's not
I don't
settling
care.
for a field goal. The Chiefs go down first, kick a field goal, and then they score a touchdown.
Man,
It's
okay, there you go.
28 at the end of regulation.
Interesting.
Right.
So ha.
So,
That
You were
was-
just talking about how important that kicking game is going to be, and you're not even kicking field goals.
but all right, that's it, guys.
That's all she wrote, ladies
That's all
and
she
gentlemen.
wrote.
It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you've been around. I'm glad I get my Wednesday night back. I'm not going to lie. Thursday night, guys. Sorry, it's Thursday.
No, so
Everyone,
it's Wednesday.
Just remember, guys. Just remember. If you mess with the goat, you get the fucking horns. I don't know if goats have horns, but you get the horns.
And for everyone out there that didn't listen to Jeff's tirade before everything went live, Jeff did announce that yes, this is episode 52, which means this is the full year. It's a year long of the podcast every single week. It's kind of crazy. And starting next week, the podcast will go back to the old ways of talking about random shit depending on the guest, which we have a great list of guests coming up as well.
Isn't it crazy that we're ending the football one with my 52, my jersey number? I won the picks. I'm just saying. I think it all is full circle. Just saying.
Fair enough.
I love it.
And I think that means Tom Brady's going to win ring number 7.
Ring 52?
I mean, 7's a good number. Well,
Not a bad
depending
one.
on where you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Stay out of trouble, stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. These guys might talk to you later. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.